Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a closer look at zone cleaning, or your monthly cleaning schedule that you'll find in your housekeeping section of your Homeschool Adventures Planner. Last time we looked at routines and weekly cleaning, and today we're just going to flip one page over and start planning out our cleaning zones. This part of your cleaning plan is really for your monthly jobs, all of those monthly chores that need to be done. So on this first page you have space to trace out your floor plans of your house, and this will help you decide which rooms you want to add to which zones. I have a place at the bottom of the page here that you'll see in a second where you can assign 5 different zones. Now the whole idea of those zones is that you have 4 to 5 weeks per month, and each week gets its own zone. So if it's the first week of the month, maybe you want to work in zone 1, second week of the month, zone 2, third week, third zone, and so on and so forth. So you're not always going to get to that 5th zone, so you might want to keep that in mind when you're planning out what you're going to clean during that 5th week. When you're planning out your zones, think about which areas of your house you want to clean together. Whether you want to clean all of your bathrooms and do your monthly work in those bathrooms all at once and you can assign them as a zone, or maybe you just want to stick to one side of your house or one level of your house at a time. Whatever works best for you. Take some time to think about it, and then go back through your picture you just drew here of your house and decide which rooms you want to group together. Don't forget closets. You also need to sometimes dust in closets, so I like to assign those as part of the zones as well. And outside, which for me, you'll see in a minute, I've decided this year that zone 5 is going to be outside for us because my husband actually does a lot of work out there, so it doesn't need my attention as much, but my zone 5 will be outside. Next, I just grabbed some colored markers, and I'll link these markers down below if you're interested in the colors that I'm using here. These are Tombow markers. You can use highlighters, you can use erasable pens or erasable colored pencils if you think you might want to change things up. My markers are not going to erase, so this is going to be kind of a permanent zone cleaning plan for me, which is okay because I've done this before. This isn't my first go around with zone cleaning. I'm just going to use my pencil first here to mark out those rooms that are not going to be included in my zones. So those are my 2 older boys' bedrooms. They are responsible for their rooms completely. They're older and they're perfectly capable of doing that. And then the garage, that's my husband's space. And I'm not going to invade his space and try to clean it up because that wouldn't go over very well. So my zone 1, I decided was going to be kind of our general living space. And I'm using this blue color just to kind of shade it in. And then zone 2 is going to be my kitchen and dining space. Now, I have 2 dining rooms, so this is kind of more like a small dining room or breakfast nook, you might call it. But there's a lot of work that gets done in the kitchen, so I didn't want that to be a huge zone. And zone 3 is the upstairs living space, so that's my younger kids' bedrooms and bathroom and laundry room. And then zone 4 is going to be the master suite, so it's our master bedroom, bathroom, and closet. Again, when you're marking off these areas that you're going to be cleaning together, if you're not sure that you're going to stick with this plan, I would use something that's erasable instead of markers like I'm doing here. There's friction erasable pens. Those work really well, and you can also get like erasable colored pencils. Those would work. I wouldn't go over this with something permanent until you know what works for you and you've been able to do it for a while and you know you're going to stick with it. And then for zone 5, you can see my pink I did for my front porch area, and then behind the house, that's kind of my signifying that that's outside. So I'm going to go over now over my my marked areas on the bottom, my little key, and I'm going to write in what my zones are. I probably should have done that in pen, but I didn't. I just did it in pencil. I didn't grab a pen for this video, so it works. Pencil's always nice because you can go back and erase anyway. I won't be erasing my key because I made mine kind of permanent. So Next, you're going to flip over to your cleaning checklist and you're going to go through each zone and just think about all of the things that you would like to get done in that zone monthly. Now, this isn't weekly, this is monthly. So we've already gone back over our weekly jobs last time in the last video. Things like vacuuming and dusting, cleaning bathrooms, those weekly jobs are not what we're talking about here. So you'll notice I'm writing things like dusting and wiping baseboards, dusting the blinds, cleaning windows, cleaning doors, washing curtains, washing comforters, any other little things like that that might get overlooked or that you just want to do on a monthly basis. Kind of knocking down cobwebs. I call it going for a cobweb hunt. My kids help me with that. Most of my zones have a bathroom or some kind of area with a sink in it, so cleaning under the sink is on my list. Wiping down cabinet fronts. You could also add in running a wash cycle on your washing machine and all of those kind of things. There are places where you can look up exhaustive zone cleaning lists. For instance, you can look up the Fly Lady, or you can look up the Secret Slob that's actually here on YouTube. They have lists that you can print off. There's probably more people than that, but those are the ones off the top of my head that you can really look through their lists and you can borrow from their lists if you're having a hard time thinking of things. I just want to encourage you to really make this personal. This is your house. This is your space. Don't list things that you know you're never going to do. List those things that you really would like to get done. And then I want to mention also, you're probably not going to get through your entire list once a week when you get to your zone cleaning. So for me, I like to take just an hour a week in my zone, and I want to designate that hour for what it's supposed to be. I'm just going to clean in that zone for 1 hour. If you need to set a timer like I do, then set a timer. That way you're not going to cut your time short and you're not going to go over. But when my timer goes off, when my hour is done, I am done. I'm not going to continue. I'm actually going to just make a little mark in my planner where I left off. So I'll work my way down the list for an hour, and then when I stop, I'll either make a little pencil mark arrow pointing to the one I left off on, the line that I left off on, or the flags that you see on legal documents where you're supposed to sign, something like that. You can use that to mark where you left off. And then the next time you're back in that zone again, you just pick up right where you left off and you keep working your way down the list for your designated time. And when you're done, you're done. So that's all there really is to zone cleaning. Once you've marked your zone, your space to be cleaned, you can work your way down your list once a week and just mark your spot where you leave off on your list. Pick up where you left off next month when you get back to that zone again. You're going to rotate through your zones, one each week until your month is over. And that's it. After you're done with your zones, there's also a place to write down seasonal chores. Now that we've gone through all of our zones and our seasonal chores, our last page in this section of the planner gives us a place to write down household projects. So maybe painting, or maybe you want to put up shelves somewhere. Any kind of household projects, this is your place to write them down. Even if there's something that maybe you'll never get to, just write down all of the home projects that you'd really like to get done, and you can come back to this page and check them off as you complete them. At the bottom of the page, you also have a place to write down spring and fall wardrobe needs. Maybe as one of your seasonal chores, you decided to do a declutter of your kids' clothes and shoes. That's a good time to make note right here about the upcoming season and what things your kids might need. That is it for this section of our planner that we're going through today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some good information out of it. If you have any questions, please put them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.